Recording here. Starting out on Forest Service Road 7623, I begin at the start of the ICT trail as far as it starts from this road, heading north. And this is where I failed to diverge west along the continuation of the ICT trail and instead continued heading north. And then by the time I got out of the woods along this rock slide, I was able to look this way. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. So on this rock slide, which is right down here, I looked over this way to the west and realized that those were the mountains I was supposed to be on. So that's not good. So I turned back around from my misguided route where I was on some rock slide somewhere and get back in. So I walked back from the rock slide over here, walked back down, and realized I needed to head west here, which I did, and followed this trail, which you can kind of see sidewinding up this mountain. It gets more obvious here. And this is a border trail. It basically follows pretty close to the border. This white line being the border. And we can see there it zigzags up the mountain a little bit. And keeps going. It's also the ICT trail. Idaho Centennial Trail. Until we get to right here. And this is where the ICT trail heads north. And we'll zoom in, and this is the place I moved down to and built a camp. This is Pear Lake, and this was the gorgeous view I had at my camp. And I spent the night here, and then in the morning I hiked back up the camp, up the top, go, and walked back up to here and followed this border road. And the white line is the border, so it's not by any means technically the border, but it follows it close enough. And now here we can see the cliff that I see from my campground. And I did this hike in late August, so there was none of these lovely snow piles. These satellite images were probably taken in late spring. And this was a wonderful hike northwest until I made another mistake, but this one a little more reasonable. I got to here, and I figured that this path off to the right here would lead me around to the peak. And after walking on it, probably to around here, I was like, no, this is going too far in the wrong direction. So I walked back, and I looked out from here and I could see the peak. So I knew that I had to trailblaze, and so I did. And let's go ahead and turn this around. So instead of trusting that this road would eventually lead me there, or that I would find a trail on that road, I decided to trailblaze, which I did for a little ways until I did actually run into a trail. And there was a sign that said trail number 137. And so I felt better about that, and I followed the trail. My choice was west or east, and I knew east went toward the cliff, so that was probably the ultimate route north, and it was a good guess. And so I took that trail north, which eventually led me to Granite Peak.